whether you grow up through the school system, or whether you are homeschooled, or whether you are unschooled or privately educated, or whatever your educational upbringing has been, I've yet to meet any human being that was given enough tools to evolve into their sexuality, actual sexual relationships, fully prepared, fully awake and fully prepared. And yet, we've been sexually active from day one. So what's happening between us humans being birthed into the world to this day, here and now, that we still don't really talk to each other and prepare each other and really go there in sex education? I don't get it. I don't get it. I understand that sex is a taboo subject, and I understand that we're still living out the generations where it just was so scary to talk about. No one talked about it. I get that there are many cultures out there where the relationship between men and women and the sexual expression of both man and woman is vastly different, is dangerous, and that even to mention anything on a sexual nature could mean death. It certainly means rape. I know that because I have many clients over the years who have shared with me stories of deep, deep trauma, abuse, of many incidences that, as an English woman brought up in a culture where no one really talks about sex in a healthy way, but it's still really safe to talk about it, and the right and wrong of certain behaviours is really understood. So I'm aware that this isn't a subject that is so easy just to talk about. I know that every single person listening to a subject like this has their own wince or excitement or fear or I don't want to listen to this, or internal reaction will be different for everyone. But I don't get it. I don't get, why are we not preparing our children enough? Why are we not prepared ourselves? Sex is not something that you learn through the head, you know. To be able to read a book, intellectualize it, and then be able to go and be safe in that environment and embodied and empowered, it just doesn't work like that. In fact, I would say that for me personally, I've really truly understood about my relationship to sex, to sexual experiences, and how to navigate them, how to communicate about them, and to myself and to another. What do I want? What don't I want? What do I like? What don't I like? How to explore, how to experiment, how to try new things, what to try, where, blah, blah, blah. The whole thing is so new to me. I would say that I'm just 3 or 4 years in, and I'm 43. Before that, it was just textbook, what I learned through the head and through experimenting and making mistakes, and never really feeling or knowing how else to do anything else, so I just stayed within my safe walls. Fine, ticked a box. I enjoyed it. I knew that I was a very sexual person. But what I know now, wow, I'm not ashamed. In fact, I'm so excited to share what I know and what I've learned that I'm here now talking to you about it, taking a risk. There's people in my life who are going to watch this and die of embarrassment, shame, humiliation, etc. And they need to own that. And what I need to own is the truth is that we are not empowering each other to live the fullest of what it means to be human. Playful, fun, embodied, erotic, passionate, loving, delicate, fragile, vulnerable, beautiful, ugly, raw, naked people. And I don't want to live with this, we can't talk about this anymore. It's bullshit. What I want to do is be part of a group of human beings that want to bring into the light all this lovely truth and exploration and fun and play, and that we raise a new generation of awake humans. Sex and sexuality is mostly learned through the body. The body has all the answers if you listen. My body tells me my yes, it tells me my no, it tells me my wait, it tells me my, ooh, what if? It tells me my, shall we have a try? It tells me my, let's just watch and observe. It tells me, dive in. It tells me, you need more time. It tells me, there's something more. It tells me, this hurts. This is in shadow. This is uncomfortable. There is a warning. It tells me everything. Everything I need to know. So sex, sexual experiences, sexual desire, sexual expression comes from the body. And it's learning how to quieten the mind and drop into the body and follow that leading that sets us free. And I love to help you do that. If that's something that makes no sense to you, please get in touch. Let's do this. I've started conversations with my girls to really empower them to welcome their sexuality and to very naturally learn to listen. I have friends that this frightens them, to talk to a 12 and a 13-year-old about sexuality. You're asking for trouble, Beth. You are inviting them into a world they're not ready for. You're telling them too much. They're going to be sexually experimenting too young. Honestly, if I don't do this way, they'll be sexually experimenting too young. They won't know their no. They won't know their pause. They won't know their pleasure. They won't know their body. They won't know how to listen. They won't know how to respond. They will, at 30, discover something they wish they had discovered at 17. How do I know that? Because that was me. Because that was most of my friends. Because I made mistakes. I did things I wish I hadn't. I did things that if I had known, if I had been taught or shown or permissioned, I would have done it more safely. I would have done it from pleasure seeking, not from needing to please. Blah, 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 blah. We all know the stories. So please don't tell me that I'm telling my children too young about the most natural and beautiful aspect of themselves. I'm telling them age-appropriate, stage-appropriate information that helps them grow in connection to who they are. And I love to work with parents on this. So if you're a parent and you're coming into the stage where you want to start really talking to your children about this, and I think that starts at birth. If you want to make this integral, if you want to make this part and parcel of just family life, let's start working with you. And then let's think, how do we work with the family in this? And let's get into this core cellular level of life experience so we can really break down these walls between intellectual, spiritual, emotional, sexual, Let's be full, embodied, all-encompassing humans. Day in, day out, our life experience allows us to come from all of our energy centers and knowing how to do it without fear or control or repression. Please get in touch if there is any way that any of this resonates, because I am ready and waiting to work with you on this.